Hello and welcome to Knights of the Brown Table
Hello.
podcast. I am Rojas. With me are
Aidan.
Claire. Amy.
and we have nothing to talk about other than the rant that I'll be already halfway through.
So get back to it. Start at the start.
I'll start at the start. As you guys know, as the few people who are currently listening to this, and on the off chance this becomes a big fucking thing that someone's coming to this podcast in 2 to 3 years' time, currently, as of whatever date today is, whatever of March 2015, I only use my Facebook Twitter. My Twitter is attached to my Facebook account. I only use it to talk shite and to be slightly offensive and slightly controversial because you guys know I'm not big into censorship and all that kind of wank. Which is annoying. I'll grant you that, and if people didn't want to follow me or whatever, grand. But I think what I do on Twitter has fucking nothing on these pricks, these 14-year-old baby girls who finally grow little whiskers on their face, and every single photo of them on Facebook is them trying to advertise the fact that they have this beard. I've always wanted a beard. You know, I'm a guy, I'm big into rock and roll. I've always wanted the beard, I've always wanted the leather jacket, I've always wanted the motorbike. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And every fart who can grow a wisp of hair has it's on his Facebook profile picture, it's
Tinder.
on his Twitter, it's on their Tinder, it's on every photo of their Tinder.
I've seen one yesterday that was beard is 2 years old. My beard
Jesus
is 2
Christ.
years old.
Did you match him so that you could meet him and stab him in the face multiple times?
No, I did not. I just
Beard.
after I read that in business about the beard having aged, like
I don't know about you guys, right? The most manly thing I had about myself was facial hair. I fucking killed myself. I'll tell you the most manly thing about me. It's called my fucking balls. Because they're kind of the bit. Because I know plenty of women who can grow facial hair. I know plenty of guys who can't grow facial hair. And it's almost an offshoot of this entire like fedora tip kind of subculture, which doesn't get the same attention that it should. Like it's
but
The
beards
beard's
are a
finally
trend.
moving off their neck up their face.
yeah. It's like, oh, so this isn't where it goes. Like, let's bring it to the front of the face. I'm a man now, mother. Get out of the basement, Jimmy.
Beards only started being popular since male models started growing them. And such
Exactly.
as Chris John Millington, who is an
Oh.
absolute babe.
Which is fantastic. He's a good looking man, and Amy has every right to lust after him, because as we know, but the listeners at home won't know, Amy has horrible taste in men.
But he's an absolute babe.
He is, but a male model
No.
is not manly. It's, right. In all
Exactly,
seriousness,
but that's where it's come from.
Exactly.
From male models and the trend.
which is fine for
that's
him
coming
because
in.
he is a male model.
Yeah.
And if other people want to come on to Twitter and pretend to be a male model, well, do you know what? It's still kind of cringy, but I'll get a laugh out of it, and I'll respect you for being a bit different and a bit whimsical with it. You know what I'm like? I like freaks, I like weirdos. I consider myself a freak and a weirdo. But this, I don't know, there's almost an element of, I have a beard now, so women are just going to fall into my lap.
It's also the thing with the. Have you seen people going about with those top bun things?
Oh my
The
god.
guys with the stupid tiny buns on the top of their heads.
Fuck off.
How is that a thing?
Ugh.
I don't understand.
Horrible.
Like, if it was just a thing that a few people done because they wanted to be a bit different, I'm down with that. I really am down with people
But it's everyone.
looking how that's the thing.
I was in Belfast today and just literally everyone, like around Victoria Square, was just
Yeah.
beards, top buns, fucking plaid shirts buttoned up to their neck, like even past their neck, like up to their chin, and stupid. Oh god.
I think there's a pair of comedians in England getting done for GBH because they made a video where they're going around cutting off people's top buns.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Who are the comedians?
I don't know. I just saw the topic to the side. I never actually read the article.
It's Penn and Teller. They've just come back. Have you seen a picture of Penn Jillette recently?
No.
Man looks old.
Wow. He's
Man,
fucking.
he just turned
70.
60. He turned 60
60.
there, 60 or 60 something there, 60 or 65 there yesterday.
It's gotta be older than that.
I think he's lost a lot of weight though. I think that's where a lot of it's come from. He's kind of hit mid. Because you think of it, 60 kind of is middle age-ish now. Like a lot of people are thinking well into their 80s. Like a lot of my grand.
That's a horrible thing.
She still thinks she's 18.
6 yesterday.
6. Oh, not to mention. You beautiful puppy. You beautiful sex puppy. But no, and I know we try to be entertaining and come with games and silly little questions we ask each other, but it's just a trend that needs to fucking. Would you call this a tidy or an unkept beard?
It's fairly tidy.
It's fairly tidy, but
Not conditioned.
not conditioned. It's soft.
Not-
There's a wee-
Not the type of beard
Not
that
touching your
you-
beard.
that the guys go into Lush and get the beard conditioner and the beard scrub.
No,
And the mustache wax.
Yeah.
ask me why it's not like that.
Why?
Because I'm too busy eating bacon and steak,
'Cause-
and lifting weights, and playing a bit of bass guitar,
And being manly.
and being manly, and drinking beer, and reading horoscopes, and cuddling my pillow. No, cut that.
the people that are really, really into the beards now, like, they spend so much money in maintaining them if they can grow them. Like, they go to their barber like twice a week, or they go to Lush and buy like fucking £50 worth of fucking beard scrub or something, and just like, oh, look at my beard, it's fabulous, and like style it and just like make sure that like, I seen a guy looking in, he had a pocket mirror.
Oh,
A
Jesus,
guy
man.
actually had a pocket mirror, and he stopped in the street because it was a bit windy, pulled it out, looked at his beard,
Oh my.
fixed it a bit. Belfast. What?
And you all know I'm a single guy. You know I'm allowed to look. And I hate myself for saying this because you guys know what I'm like. You are free to do what you want to do, but I'm also free to kind of judge you based upon what you want to do. And if you're one of these girls who will chase after a guy with a whimsical beard, it's whimsical, windswept beard, you are vagina non grata to me. From that point on, it's just like, no, might as well be a dude.
Oh. You know what? How long ago do we think this started?
It was
The
like
trend?
the end of 2014, or was it started
I think-
2014?
No, it was started.
There was an upsurgence
Started 2014.
in and around when. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. It's my mum. But yeah, no, I think it started at the start of 2014, but it started coming into a trend, because I know for a fact that Chris John Millington started growing his beard in the end of 2013.
And you would. I blame Daniel Bryan.
No, don't.
You just legitimise my entire argument. The fact that you can actually trace back.
Yeah, because he has pictures of him without the beard and with the beard, and I'm like, oh, when did that happen?
So he doesn't actually have a tweet saying I started growing this.
No,
You've
he
just,
doesn't.
You've just gone back in the photos, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough, that's not too bad.
We need to know what he looked like without the beard.
Because if
He
someone
still
were to
looks gorgeous.
if someone were to come up to me in the street and go, so when did you start growing the beard? I don't know. I got lazy one morning and it's stuck.
So you reckon this started around 2013?
Yeah, but like it didn't actually come into the media light until about 2014. It only became
I-
popular.
I honestly think this. I blame a wrestler for it.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan.
Is that the Irish one?
No, that's either Sheamus or Finn
Oh.
Balor. But
Racist.
Guess it, Seamus.
Or Hornswoggle.
or Hornswoggle, who's actually not even Irish at all.
We leprechaun back.
He was originally called the Little Bastard.
Really?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but they had to stop saying that because they're PG.
Because it's PG.
But it was fantastic because he was Finley's little guy. Finley from once known as Fit Finley. Brilliant. Fucking one of the best
I
wrestlers
feel like
ever.
Aidan used to be once known as Fit.
But anyway, Daniel
Back in our wrestling days.
Just went all downhill from there.
Anyway, Daniel Bryan is a bit of a hippie in his real life, and once had to take a personality test for work for WWE, and the guy giving him the test said he had the lowest ambition he's ever seen anyone have. But the dude hates.
I can beat that.
The dude absolutely hates shaving or having to get his hair cut or anything. So at one point he decided he was just going to let his beard grow and his hair grow until WrestleMania. So he did that, and he started doing that, and then the beard became a thing, and it became part of his character.
So just kept it.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't get rid of it anymore because WWE started putting out t-shirts saying respect the beard and all
I've
that.
seen those, yeah. Did you not get like a wristband or something with that on it?
Did we? I don't think so. No.
Or stop working.
Completely red bone, you dick.
But anyway, this guy starts breaking through, and he was gonna start breaking through anyway because he's fucking brilliant. But he's breaking through with this fucking big ass beard and looking like a tiny little lumberjack. And everyone started focusing on his beard. Then all the wrestlers coming up from WWE's developmental place, their place called NXT, the Wyatts come up, they all have beards, all three of them, big fucking
Sad.
bastard lumberjack beards. Now it's a complete thing in wrestling, and almost every wrestler has a beard. Then I start seeing people with beards, and now there's different.
Because people who watch wrestling are autistic.
Yes, like me.
No, you're dyslexic.
Sorry, what?
You're dyslexic.
I'm deaf.
You're not deaf, you're just dyslexic.
But yeah, I've
You
been.
done the right challenge for JLS.
Oh
It's
god.
quite, she got it.
I got
The
it.
ice bucket challenge, the rice bucket, yeah. Ice challenge for JLS. It's quite good.
I hate you.
Everyone hates him.
It's good because it was quite. I will say this now, because I cannot stress this enough. You are free to do whatever you want to do. If you want to shave half of it off, go for it. I'll defend your choice. It's not the beards themselves, or people growing the beards, or people being proud of the beard that I have a problem with. It's just the fact that it's all over their. It becomes their like defining characteristic. My defining characteristic is the fact that I'll come on Twitter, and I think the status put up last night is I'm witty enough to come up with a term like a fringers, but I'm also me enough to just call everyone cunt. Which it's not the funniest thing in the world. I don't try to be the funniest person in the world. I come out to entertain me, and what I really want to know is how many people are getting self-entertainment out of talking about their own beard, and how much of it really is peacocking to a degree.
I think it is peacocking.
There's a lot
Well,
of
it
people.
can't be peacocking anymore because everyone's got one.
There's a lot of people I respect who all of a sudden just social media peacocking. This is what I do. This is how I do it. It's like,
Go suck a dick.
yeah,
Have you ever read the game?
no. Is that book about how to pick up no?
Yeah. I sort of want to.
I kind of want to out of.
But you already have a
Sadistic.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
No,
what the
I
fuck?
Not for the fucking tactics.
He wants a better
Oh.
girlfriend.
Oh, come on, that was funny. I'm not to fucking laugh.
No.
Okay, you're about to witness a breakup on a podcast. This has got to be first.
Here, Claire, do it about sometime.
So on
You got my number.
on the subject of hair, because this seems to be a thing that everyone's talking about the past couple of days, Kim Kardashian's blonde hair and the comparisons.
I'm sorry, are we actually talking about Kim Kardashian? On my
Kim
podcast?
Kardashian looks like Draco Malfoy. And Legolas.
Good looking. She's not good looking.
That's what's happening in the world right now.
We are not talking about Kim Kardashian. This is not
Exactly.
Callum State Dave, alright?
But that's just what's happening in the
No,
world.
stop now.
You know
Stop
what? Had you
referencing
not
other
brought that up,
podcasts.
I would never, ever have known.
Come again?
That's good that I brought it up, you know, because that's vital information
That
for
is-
life.
That is information that I definitely needed in my life.
Yeah.
I definitely needed to know that this chick who blew a guy on camera once dyed her hair blonde.
Whoa, she blew a guy.
It's the only reason she's famous.
What colour's the hair? Blue and a Led Zeppelin t-shirt.
Hey, knock it off.
Why did you go all Jersey there?
I don't know. I come out with weird accents sometimes, and I don't know where they come from. I think it's the demons
No,
inside.
because-
That was a Joey Wheeler right there.
Hey, you! Yeah.
Was that not meant to be in Japan?
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh yeah, but when they bring them over, they kind of want to make the characters associable.
I'm gonna use baby dragon.
Hey, what about it?
You activated my trap card. I sound like John Travolta.
It's all kind of Staten Island there.
I'm playing cards here. Hey, Yugi. Trying to call Staten Island dump. I can't do accents. I'm Irish. I don't do accents. I can barely do an Irish accent.
Well, I can't do fucking anything.
I was
That's
actually
a real test.
probably something I should mention that like my first call to podcasting was the Moonbase 2 podcast many years ago, which was a Transformers fandom podcast, and anytime I'd done like a joke, like an Irish joke on the podcast, I would put on a fake Dublin accent, and it's just surrounded by English accents. And there's just need to go, ho ho, what do you call a pouty Irishman on a boat? Fucking frigate, I don't know. It's not actually a joke. I'm just trying to. Paddy Irishman walks into a bar, the alcoholism's killing his family, I don't know.
I don't know what else we should talk.
I don't think I've ever been around more than about 2 or 3 people with a different accent than me.
Oh no, it's
It's crazy.
I do go. There are 2 types of Irish people. and you have the plastic patties who adopt the language. I will take words, like I say biscuits a lot now.
Who doesn't say biscuits?
Oh, that was so annoying
Wasn't
in Scotland.
But I'll go like,
You
yeah,
just
as
did not
in,
shut up.
as in like, you know, someone
Oh,
says here,
biscuits, so it is.
can you do this? Oh, sure I can. Biscuits.
Fucking biscuit. What a...
That's one I haven't even heard of.
Exactly.
I picked it up in Birmingham.
That's why
from
I'm
someone.
so annoying.
I don't say it with an accent. I go, biscuits.
Biscuits. It's randomly biscuits.
I'm a fan of the language.
Stop talking about biscuits. No, it's just a saying. Shut up.
He was just disappointed that there wasn't actually any
There
biscuits.
wasn't misled. Every time he said biscuits, I was like, where?
I wanted a pink wafer, okay?
Oh my god, I killed for
Bourbons, what?
The gayest of all biscuits.
Gayest of all the, you know, it's allowed to be the gayest of all the biscuits. It should be like the official biscuit of gay pride.
You know what? I've always wanted to go to.
Gay pride.
Well, yeah,
With your brown
but
paper
you know
bag.
the sort of the dicks that with the
In gay pride, they're all day. That's the point.
the sort of dicks that sort of knock off the Westboro Baptist Church, God hates fags and all that.
Yes.
I've always wanted to go up to them and offer them a fig roll because Jesus hates figs.
I thought it was just your dyslexia playing up again.
No,
Just read this.
and I wish I had it in front of me right now, but there's a genuine quote in the Bible where Jesus walks up to a fig tree and wants a fig and commands the fig tree to give him a fig, but it's out of season, so he doesn't get a fig, and then he says, from now on, no one is to eat from this tree.
You're trying to tell me that fig rolls are blasphemous?
Yes, that's why I want to offer to a Jesus freak.
Was that specifically that one fig tree, or figs in general?
Figs in general.
Figs are bastards.
I don't give a fig, I do what I want.
God hates figs, okay? That's all I'm saying.
God, you fig, that'd be such a brilliant sign.
That's what I want to do.
Because no one else would get it, so you know, like you have like all these like amazing gay people coming up to you and being like, you know, that's offensive, and then you'd have to explain that, and then they become your friends, and then before I know it, I'm queen of the parade, which is what I've always wanted to be.
We all know you're a massive queen.
I'm like the straightest queen. Like, well, you know, because at the end of the day, like I love titties far too much.
Well, so does Gokwan.
Is he straight?
No, but he loves tits.
Who doesn't?
Always touching
doesn't?
them up.
I know.
I love Gokwan.
I love Gokwan as well, I'm not gonna lie.
I love cock.
I don't watch
Gokwan.
Well, he's not on TV anymore.
That's because
He
he's
used to
doing
be.
Yeah, he
yogurt
used to be all the
adverts.
time. Yeah, he's Activia, actively good. Get those tummies ready, go. Oh god. Ugh.
That's because all the girls that he helped in the show were just sitting in a farm somewhere being milked to death, making Activia younger.
That is not an image I needed. They've all magically sprouted like 3 more tits. I don't know why it's 3, but it's definitely 3.
It's just it's in the feed.
I just looked up fun debate topics, and
Jesus Christ.
one of them is, how do you feel about potatoes?
Well,
I have a love-hate relationship. I genuinely have a love-hate relationship because I quite like crisps. Crisp sandwiches. We're Irish. We grew up with crisp sandwiches. I do like my mash. Who doesn't love a chip? And then I go to do the weights and the healthy eating, and the first thing you learn is that all that goes. An Irish person is not allowed to eat potatoes because it's unhealthy for them. That's disgusting. Fuck that debate topic. That's too hot topic. Too hot topic.
Tell you what you need. You need a fucking big feed of boiled spuds and cabbage in the evening.
It smells like death.
And then what you need is a good day in the fucking field. That'll get you in shape.
I'm sorry. Whether or not Irish people should eat potatoes or not, too hot topic. I say we move to something easier. Who is pro and against abortion?
Yeah, that's definitely a better topic.
Better topic. Except they kind of look like potatoes after a while. Fuck!
It all circles back.
Amy was born a potato.
Amy was born a potato. What? Instead of limbs, she just had sprouts.
Kind of shit in the back garden because you can grow another plant.
I knew I was an experiment.
That's why she's had the nickname Spud for years.
No, I haven't.
She's only learned about it now, like, but
We only ever called her that behind her back, like.
it's not the only thing we call her.
Is breakfast cereal a soup?
No.
I don't know. It's kind of a soup.
Because essentially what you're saying
Actually,
is,
it's maybe more of a chowder.
no,
Chowder.
What's the best?
Jenny.
Jody.
Do you know the lumpy bits? 'Cause when you think, right, cereal, breakfast cereal is the cereal, not the milk. So basically what that question is saying, do you know the lumpy bits in chicken soup? So if you were to take those lumpy bits out, is that a soup? No.
Okay, then is a bowl of cereal soup
No, it's a bowl of cereal.
with milk in it.
Yeah. Milk, the last time I checked, is not a soup, it's milk. You can add milk to a soup, but you can't add it to cereal and create a soup.
Well, you can add a kettle of
Biscuit
hot
is
water
soup.
to a cup of soup.
It's not basically a soup.
It's
I would
basically a
argue to the death on that. It's not a soup,
I
it's a
don't
bowl
think
of
that
cereal.
cereal's.
What about porridge? Is it a soup?
It is.
It's not though.
Porridge is soup-like, but it still comes under the criteria of breakfast oats. Well, you want me to get into topics? I will get into a topic.
Let's move on.
Are imaginary friends dangerous over the age of 8?
No, mine
No.
never ever let me burn down more than 2 houses at a time.
Who
I don't
did?
know, let's ask Steve.
Did you all have an imaginary friend?
Steve's dead.
Did
I
you?
have never admitted
Yeah.
this to anyone before, but I'm about to put it out there.
Huh?
I had,
Hey.
like, when I was about, I'm guessing between the ages of like 4 and maybe 6 at the latest, I had an imaginary friend who lived in the bathroom.
Called Kevin.
Are you sure it was imaginary?
I'm pretty sure because it was actually a spider I talked to, which is odd because I'm arachnophobic and hate the fucking cutting things.
But Kevin was okay. Kevin's
Kevin's
fine.
grand. Kevin's grand.
What was the name of the spider? If it was an imaginary friend, it had a name. 'Cause
Now, as you all know, I have a fabulous imagination. So the
Spider.
name was no problem.
Spider-Man.
Little spider.
Little spider.
Little spider.
Little spider.
And the weird thing is, I have this weird thing about certain words. Certain words I just don't like, and little is one of them.
You don't like little?
I don't like the word little.
Hello, Claire. What are you?
She's not little, she's tiny.
I'm little.
That's
Do
it.
you not like that little?
I don't like the word.
It kind
It's
of
just
sounds like
No,
people
first-
trying to pronounce Lidl.
Yeah.
Is it Lidl or little?
or ladle. Or ladle, which is for soup. Now we're back to breakfast cereals.
No,
Fuck's
no.
sake, no.
I
believe
didn't.
it.
I didn't have an imaginary friend. I just
I
talked to
never-
myself.
I never had any. I would. I still do talk to myself quite a bit.
I talk to myself all the time, and then sometimes in public, and it's just like, oh, for God's sake,
Like a
can you
life-
stop it.
Yeah.
Like, everybody will get frustrated and go, for fuck's sake, to no one in particular.
No, but I
I was
actually have
so-
conversations with myself sometimes.
Oh, Saber.
I think I might be well, no, probably not. I may have a slight case of Tourette's. And I
Fucking awful to hear that.
probably not. What it is sometimes I'll get a thought in my head that
Sometimes you think you're a tank. Tourette's syndrome.
No, sometimes I get a thought in my head that I don't want to think, and so to get my own head off it, I'll say something stupid. And normally it's
Daddy didn't touch me.
something like at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. I need a pint. Although I may be alcoholic, I don't know.
You talked in your sleep either last night or one other
I've
night.
punched
It
people in my
was
sleep.
hilarious.
I think I've told you this.
She's
before.
punched me in her sleep
That's fantastic. Welcome to
more
the
than
club.
once.
Right
Welcome
in
to
the
fight.
face.
Welcome to Nighttime Fight Club. No, what is it? I punched. You can say first names, can't you?
Hello,
Oh,
rule
that'll
number
be
one
quacky
of
then.
Fight Club.
Don't quack.
Don't
Don't quack.
talk
I
about
can
Fight
say.
Club.
I can say first names because.
I don't know if you can, because remember what happened last time.
Yeah.
But that wasn't because of the podcast.
But Internet
You can say
Police.
first- You can say first names.
But
You can say
Internet
first
Police did.
names. I'm refusing to be quacked. You can
Quack.
say first names. Because it's not. It'd be different if I'm sitting slagging them off. It's a
Right,
story.
well, stop going on about it and just
Okay.
talk about it
The
then.
fact is, I went out with a girl called Anya and I went out with a girl called Gemma, and I'm allowed to tell stories about it. But when I was out with Anya and we were in Belfast living, and I couldn't have had a worse time because this was around the time that I found out that she had an interest in my cousin, but they weren't quite ballsy. But we were still kind of like doing the deed, whatnot. And I fell asleep one night, and it might have been the frustration of just kind of being like a new place. Because how old were we back then? Still teens, like.
Well, 18, 19.
Yeah, and whatever was in the dream, I ended up flat out punching the back of the head. And to her credit, to this day, to her credit, she was nothing but nice about it. Like, she understood that it was just a reaction in my sleep. But I've done it to Jenna twice.
Well, I like to know that if someone rips me, I'll just punch them. That's what I was dreaming about, and then I punched Aidan, and I woke up and he was like,
I just want to put out there, I wasn't raping her at the time. That's not what was happening.
She consented before she fell asleep.
I was
I just
asleep
went
myself.
back to sleep. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was handy enough for her to get back to sleep. I had a fucking throbbing eye.
Oh, I'm not
Well,
trying.
I didn't give you a black eye.
But that's Claire punching you, and I'm not trying to say that I'm like the
You
thing.
keep it going about it though. You don't say it's just because of her action.
Anya was kind of the same size as me. You know, me, Anya, Amy, similar height, similar build. But Jen was tiny. That's a compliment.
Similar build. Go and fuck.
We're both about 6 foot.
Yeah, but that's the same height, not the same build. Ugh,
I'm sorry, I didn't realise it was
such
something.
insults.
Well, take it how you want. But anyway, the fact is, Gemma was what, 5 foot something, 5'1", and I don't know, obviously, but at the time I felt really sorry that twice within a very short amount of time I managed to punch this fragile 5'1". It's like punching crystal in your sleep. It's funny now though.
So now maybe I'll have to do it.
No, you won't. But
I only punched you once, by the way.
No, you've had with me in your sleep as well.
in your sleep. But no, like I've never had anything really weird or anything. Any more debate topics, or we're going back to the cereal?
Kissing
No.
with eyes opened or closed.
Closed.
Eyes open's just weird.
Have you ever had someone
Yes.
kiss you with their eyes open
That's
though?
creepy.
Only because I did it, because I was being me, and like I knew it wasn't the done thing, but I thought, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I sometimes sneak it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's so weird though.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
literally a second.
Yeah, but like, have you ever just done it for like a solid minute or whatever?
Yes.
That's creepy.
Yes.
No,
But
I-
deliberately.
I did
no,
it.
it's creepy.
I did it once, but only because I was drunk and wasn't expecting to be kissed.
Yeah, but did you continue to keep your eyes open?
Oh, Claire's jealous now. What?
Well, it
I'm not
didn't
jealous. I
last
just
that
want to know
long.
who it was.
I'll quack it.
I just realised we should probably point out for the podcast at this stage, considering it's our 3rd episode. Aidan and Claire are, of course, a couple, and I, Rojas, am single, and Amy, it is yet to be determined.
Off. I am single. Single and not ready to mingle because I've got too much fucking reports to do.
Single with
But
many
still Panther
friends.
though, I'm hoping to get with the band.
You.
Nice.
What?
I won't, but a
One
girl
can
can dream.
Sorry, just to clarify.
Kiss them with the eyes open.
That should be a thing now.
Let's make it a thing. If you're an avid listener of Knights of the Brown Table, the next time you kiss someone, eyes open.
Oh my god, if we ever have a fan base, I just thought of their name. The Squires.
We need to make this popular.
Yeah, just so we have the Squires.
TSD have the ants and we have the squires.
Yes!
I like this. So if you're a squire, if you're an upcoming squire,
And you somehow end up dolling Amy, do it with your eyes open.
do it with your eyes open.
Do it
Yeah.
with your eyes open.
It will be weird and fabulous.
Yeah.
You'll notice Amy because she's the only person that looks like a wildebeest in clothing.
Wearing a wig.
She looks like Puma.
Sorry, I just love the idea that you walk through like an absolute built-up area. Out of nowhere, there's like one of those twigs from African wildback, and you snap it, and Amy just runs away. She's sitting grazing grass out of a coffee cup.
Singing Hakuna Matata.
You just ruined the joke.
Fuck you. But yeah, this was the DNF. Oh my god, I just realised what night it was as well. It was
Keep in mind you have to explain everything because people listening have no idea. The INF is the Irish National Foresters, which is a bar, like a club, like a drink club place.
yeah, in the point where there used to be awesome fucking gigs on every weekend.
In the point, which is Warren Point, which we're. This is only our 3rd episode.
God.
They don't need to be able to fucking track us down.
It's a bar where we
exactly.
live.
Yeah.
Small town, like.
Right, it's a bar we live. It's a bar
Anyway, it used to have fantastic gigs every weekend that we'd be going to. Anyway, this particular weekend, I had just broken up with my girlfriend
Huh?
after she had fucked off with my best mate and bass player.
Sorry, that's the one checked out you were saying.
Well, then that's sort of
Oh.
sort of the
You
same.
don't know who she
He was
was.
like,
This is awkward.
he was your best mate?
Amy just made it all awkward. We should get rid of her. What the best of you?
You're a bird.
Sorry.
Also, this was also the weekend after one of the worst weekends in our lives anyway.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we were
I gotta tell that story in a minute, actually. So.
we were at the INF getting fucking drowning our sorrows like mad. I was completely loaded in the smoking area by myself. Used to Amy and Rojas were in the bar, probably ordering drinks or having a pish or whatever. And
Maybe in Fabulous, you know.
and a girl that was always there, you will both know her, and I'm gonna quack her name because
The first name we'll probably guess it. The first name's okay.
I'll probably quack it anyway. Kathy.
As in Red Phoenix Kathy?
Yes.
Ooh. No, you can leave that in because Red Phoenix Kathy, yeah.
Okay, well, we got to chatting after I'd lent her a light, and then out of nowhere she'd kissed me. And I wasn't expecting it, and I was drunk.
On the lips, mate.
Eyes open.
Dick mate!
Kissed you on the lips.
Eyes open all the day. When you're looking down going, why? For the squires.
Anyway, so she starts kissing me, and drunk me with my eyes open, not expecting it. And afterwards, I said the stupidest fucking thing anyone has ever said in that situation. I said, "That was weird," instead of "That was a surprise," or
Thank you.
"Thank you." That would have been better than "That was weird."
That's not how Daddy does it.
I'm not sure that would have been better. But I turned around and said, "That was weird." Instantly see the look on her face. She was like, "Was it?" I was like, no, not like that. No. And tried to save it. In a matter of about 5 to 6 seconds, she was gone.
Slowly to the sidebar, Aidan, a cartoon of Aidan digging a hole. Just digging a hole. As the seconds tick by.
No one listeners going to get this. I don't even think half the people at this table get it. Who would you rather, though? Sid or Kathy?
Sid.
I was at a thing for Sid.
Oh,
Sid.
Jesus. He's wise, like.
No.
No.
As Red Phoenix. I should probably explain this point. Can we actually tell you what? Actually, if I tell the story, would you drop a Phoenix track at the end of this? Just sort of, I've them all.
Yeah.
Just bring up the speed. But I'm coming 25 now in August. But when did Phoenix? Phoenix was when I was quite young. What, 14? 13,
You
14,
were
15?
in Phoenix,
was
you
later
should
than-
know this.
It was about 15, I'd say.
I said 14, 15. I definitely.
Because I was able to see you at gigs, and I wasn't able to get into gigs until I was about 15.
About 15. It was probably around 15. Well, I'm older than you, so yeah. 15.
You're older than me by about 3 months.
In case my dad's self. But anyway, so there a minute ago you mentioned a week that wasn't great for us, and that was a death of a friend of ours. But just to bring up the speed, I was in a band called Red Phoenix, which was originally 3 of us. Myself, Stephen and Larry, just first names. And then we would have added then a fella who at this stage, simply because I'd known him since no age, would have been my best friend, Mogul. You know yourself, when you come into the group, everybody who met Mogul, he was weird. He's probably the person that made us love freaks as much as we do, because you just couldn't hate him. You just
off very creepy and always carried pockets of hand cream around.
he was creepy, and yet he could make it work.
I used to bully him a bit.
Yeah,
He was awesome though.
He
was like a tornado when he came into a room.
He's if modern day Rojas can walk into a room and take over that room, it's because he taught me the way. He was my fucking Yoda. But the story I'm going to tell here is, and again, it might just be for our benefit, but I kind of wanted to get out there anyway and see if other people like it. But we used to do gigs, so there was a 3-piece band and then there was a 4-piece band, which is when Mogul came into Red Phoenix. And you know yourself, Red Phoenix, a lot of our music, which you're going to drop I'm going to try and get you to drop one of the more fun tracks at the end. We were a band who wrote music within a week. We've literally wrote 12 songs within a week, just so we had something to gig that weekend. To top the piss, there was something to drink to, there was something to kind of go ew to, and then you'd go off home and have a wank. And so it was just, we were young. What you do? So you'd go the gig, you bring a couple of the group. We had groupies. How fantastic was that? And you'd bring them home, and so we'd normally go to Steve's place or Larry's place and have a couple of drinks. And one of the nights before a gig that actually got cancelled, we were sitting in Stephen's house and we were playing Spoons. Now, Spoons, if I can remember, because it's been years since I played it, it's a game where you down your shot and put the spoon up.
Mm-hmm.
And Mogul kept breaking the fucking spoons. Like, all he did was put them in the air, and he managed to find a way to break the fucking spoons. He was gone. He was completely loaded. And this is about 9:30, 10. This is quite early for us, because you know what we're like. We like to drink into the wee hours. And the only logical sentence we got off him after 10 o'clock at night, and Frank, who would have been Stephen's dad, was in the room at the time, was, "Here, do you know this Cannon Kearney, Mr. Potato Head?" And that's not a reference to Mr. Potato Head as in Toy Story. Anyone who knows Irish cuisine, Mr. Potato Head is... No, Mr. Tato.
Mr. Tato.
He didn't say Mr. Potato Head, he said Mr. Tato, who's the mascot of Tato Crisps in Ireland.
Both in North and South. Different companies, same mascot.
Same mascot.
Same name.
Same name, yeah. Clever bastards. It's
That's
how they smuggle the guns up. So anyway, so to jump to 2009, we get a phone call that everyone's dreading, especially at our age. Like he was the baby of the group. Unfortunately, he was knocked down on the dual carriageway in the early hours of the morning, with, in true Red Phoenix fashion, half a pound of weed in his back pocket. Fantastic. And
I don't think it was half a fucking pound. It couldn't have been that much. Half an ounce maybe.
Half an ounce. I've no idea the electric system at all. And so I say that's fine. It's not fine, obviously, but you do the thing. You do the typical Irish thing. Go to the wake.
You spend a day in the pub just taking the piss out of them.
Yeah.
Jesus. That is. There's not one person who's died yet we haven't just fucking led into. If I'm not led into, I'm coming back to haunt you, motherfuckers.
don't
To be
worry
fair, I'll
about
probably
that.
just burn your coffin.
Your eulogy will be fabulous.
Can I give you a eulogy?
Yes, you can.
No,
Everyone's giving a
I'm
eulogy.
giving the
Fuck
eulogy.
you!
You're all giving eulogies. Tell you what, for next podcast, we'll like prepare each other's
We're
eulogies.
arguing over who gets to talk when you die.
But anyway, I need to get the story because it's not that interesting for it to be 20 minutes.
Well, then
But
get it out.
obviously you haven't listened to Smodcast then.
The day comes where we have to bury the fucker, for want of a better term. And so we're lifting this big fucking oak coffin, and of course they make the worst decision ever, which was the rest of his band members were carrying him out. So there was 3 band members, and the other 3 were people like Sloan, who we used as like roadies and stuff like that. And of course we're sitting muttering under our breath to each other, taking the piss. You know, heavy motherfucker. This better come back and do it for me. Silly shit. You know, you're upset, but you're trying to make fun of it. So that's fine. So for anyone who doesn't know, there's a tradition here because of the town we live in, it's so small. When you carry the coffin, you'll normally kind of carry the coffin like a trip around the town, and we have to take a detour because Mogul, if you remember, was very big into his meats. He was going on to become a butcher. He was actually very, very good at his job. If he had went on, he could have owned his own place. Very good for meats. So we kind of took the coffin past his place of work, which Warren Point, the best way to describe it, it's a bit like a circle, for want of a better term. So you can kind of go right round and end up back at the church. So we took him past his place of work. Now, of course, this is, I think it was a Thursday, middle of the day Thursday. So
No, it would have been Tuesday.
Tuesday, sorry. I know it was one of the days in the middle of the week. So there's still deliveries and stuff happening to shops. This is where the story I said earlier on comes into play. So we're getting to within inches of the steps of the church, and it's kind of hit. It has kind of hit that we're about to say goodbye to our friend for the last time. You know, I've no shame in saying it was one of the most horrific days of all of our lives. And a delivery truck backs out of the supermarket just adjacent to the church that we're going to. And it just so happens to be a bright yellow Tato Crisps truck. And when you're in that kind of mood, you don't think about it. But Frank, a father of 3, a man who'd put up with this band in his garage every fucking Saturday and Sunday for 5 years before we got our own practice space for another 2, looks at me, and me specifically, because he knows I'm the type of dark-humoured fuck who would let this run. And keeping in mind the story I just told was maybe 3 years prior, and he just went, I was like, what are you on about, Frank? Frank, I can't hear you, Frank. Mr. Tato. And you're just like, you fucking... And that was it. And for whatever reason, as as mildly humorous as that story is, but not hilarious, it was hilarious then. Because you were going into a church, and I have nothing but respect for my uncle's parents, we were sitting, and I actually genuinely had to hide in the steps that take you up to the upper level.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a priest mourning, and death comes to us all. And we're sitting sniggering like fucking scarecrows. And which is why one of the worst days of my life is also one of the funniest.
Then we all got blitzed.
But yeah,
It's good stew. Good stew, isn't it?
it was a fantastic stew. I do remember this stew actually. I do remember this stew.
Is that very Irish of us?
It kind of is,
Yes.
It was mild
Drink and stew, really.
Well, we were going to get drunk anyway.
And we should talk about death more because it's an Irish podcast, and if there's one thing that we are, it's morbid and verbose
And dramatic.
and dramatic. Fierce, mild. And Amy's clung to her phone after making herself a sandwich and not offering the rest of the group.
There you go. Not getting any because there's only one left and that's for tomorrow.
Amy, I don't want anything from you.
Fine.
You know what? You can keep this conversation going because I am dying for a pish.
I just found the last 20 minutes talking.
Yeah,
Highly
I'm kind of
interesting
sick
story.
of him talking.
Yes, you can talk then.
Claire takes over.
No.
Can you hear me, Aidan? Am I getting bored? Ow.
By the way, I don't care how boring this is. This is going up for my entertainment, right? Because this is always what I want this podcast to be. Just a bunch of pricks talking. Because we're Irish and that's what we do. Talk.
No, I don't.
Well, you do talk. You just don't talk because there's an audience that you talk to me all the time. You actually talk to me about quite interesting things. Things on subjects of drugs and sexuality.
Yeah.
So why do you want to fuck a tranny?
Huh?
Why do you want to fuck a tranny?
There's boobs and a penis.
What more could you ask
I
for?
can't argue with that logic.
Except for, not to be mistaken with man boobs.
Oh, no. Not man boobs.
I'll tell you something disgusting. You guys know from Facebook how I'm doing the
Flopping all about the place.
the weight training. I think you were giving us a lift somewhere. I was bitching to you the time you took me to the job interview, and I genuinely didn't know this is a thing. But please don't take a selfie with me. I don't do smartphones, and I don't do online material. But when you start to develop muscle, I wouldn't even call it a six pack, but just when you start to develop muscle, it pushes your fat out. Because muscle grows quicker than fat comes away. So for the first time in my life, because of exercise, I have man boobs. It's disgusting.
Do you need a bra?
Yeah, I've been exercising for 6 weeks, and what do I get? I get man boobs.
You're
Why are you talking about boobs?
I was on about fuck you. I was on about how I didn't realise that because I'm doing a lot of like muscle training, like I'm trying to get the the core strength going. I'm not really worried about cardio. Cardio is quicker losing fat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just doing the weights and I'm doing the sit-ups and all that kind of silly shit. And I didn't realise that when you start to grow muscle underneath, I always assumed that it was easier to burn fat than it was to grow muscle. Because you see a load of skinny people, but you don't see a load of muscle people. But apparently it's the other way around. If you're weight training.
Yeah.
So my muscle, I didn't know this because I'm a noob. I just thought, fuck it, let's get fit before May. So the muscle's growing. Like if I do that, you can feel the muscle. But it's underneath the fat.
See, that's why bodybuilders do empty stomach cardio. You burn off the fat.
Ew, that's disgusting. I would not eat and then do the workout and then eat afterwards.
Yeah, I just made a gruesome discovery and sort of afraid to share it
I
because
don't really want to know, so I just came
Screw it.
back from the...
Spiders in the
Both of
bathroom.
these fuckers sat saying nothing. You might actually have to cut that entire bit out.
I
as,
said something interesting.
as of Christmas,
Dickhead.
my mum has finally discovered the wonders of the internet.
Jesus.
Because as
Oh,
Is she on
Sheila.
Tinder?
That's dangerous.
no, she's not.
Her Sheila.
Is she on FetLife?
I fucking hope not.
I'll find her.
But anyway,
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think I know what you're
Sheila.
talking about.
yeah, she got a tap. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Jesus
okay.
Christ! I made this discovery in the bathroom for fuck's sake.
What the fuck did you make in the bathroom?
Anyway, that's what I'm getting into.
His mum's into pee porn. She's got her own website.
Here, no, that's illegal now.
That's right.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm sort of afraid to tell this because there's an outside chance that someday my mum might find this podcast and listen to it. But I'm gonna tell it anyway.
She doesn't know you.
It's not a long story. Really more of I just discovered a hair growing out of the shaft.
Yeah.
Midway.
Yeah.
I have that. It's awful.
Ew.
Just midway.
Just
What
one.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Just one.
What the fuck is happening to me? Am I becoming a werewolf?
Oh, right. I thought this was going to
I
lead
think
into
it's just 'cause you're
your
getting
actual
old.
point. What's this got to do with your mum?
No, I don't want her to ever hear this. That's the problem.
You don't want your mum, of all the things that we talk about in this podcast, you don't want your mum to know you have one hair half a penis.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I thought it was going to be the 50 Shades thing.
It's actually not that weird.
It is weird.
Oh no, it's weird. You need to get rid of it. You need to trim it.
How the fuck do you...
Do you not just
I'm not
yank it
bringing a
out?
razor anywhere
Yank
near
it out.
that.
Just
Tweezers.
get tweezers and yank it out.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh no, fuck all y'all.
I'll tie you down and
You're just gotta leave it there though.
I don't know what the fuck...
Or it's either
Veet.
tweezers.
I'll get Veet.
No,
There.
because that would burn like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Spoken
I'm
like
not
a
putting it
true.
on the helmet.
Yeah,
It's just a tiny
it
dog with
will
a one hair.
burn like
You
shit.
do it around and
If
you
it's
itch
just
like
one
fuck.
hair, just get the tweezers out. Like,
Yeah. I'll tie you down and do
Oh,
it.
fuck away off.
It's fine. We'll do that.
No, because hair growth can be caused by friction. 'Cause any opening.
I should get some friction on my head then, shouldn't I?
Yeah. No, you're doomed. You need to shave that and just grow
I
a full
can't.
ass beard.
He's got a bump
Two
head.
reasons why. I have a fucking strange ass dented bumpy head and I can't grow a beard. This is 3 weeks here.
It's not my fault you look like a child molester.
Yeah.
And Claire looks like a child. It kind of works.
I was going to get Claire to get me a beer there, but she's going to the bathroom. Because you're going to the fucking bathroom.
Hey, this has all been cut out. There'll be no cuteness on my podcast. That is not what the Squires are about.
Are we allowed to give them a name yet?
Yeah, Squires. Screw it. I don't know. I don't care if
We
it's
only
10.
have like 3.
We have 3 listeners.
And they're all your mates.
They're all my mates.
But we have fun. Except Amy apparently, who's bored and looking at her phone.
With the
I'm
fifth
just looking at
one.
people that are going to Steel Panther, okay?
No one cares. They all look the same.
Yeah.
They do. Because...
I'm gonna have to change my wig because I was gonna wear my red one too, so.
Serious moment in the podcast. On the off chance that more than 10 people listen to this, very, very seriously want to say quick and speedy recovery to Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden.
Oh fuck yes.
When I learned that, I was genuinely... I don't get wrapped up in celebrities. Now, fair enough, Bruce Dickinson is huge compared to the type of celebrities that I work with, but for the things I'm into, I would work quite closely with celebrities. For example, Steve Blum, voice of Vincent Valentine, the current voice of Sub-Zero. Fantastic. I've worked with him, he's a nice guy. I don't really get starstruck. I don't really get into this.
Just 1 second. What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing?
Steel Panther have hot babes on stage.
Well, of course they do. They're Steel Panther.
I know, but like, they're on Instagram. I can stalk them.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I'm
if,
so excited.
if that's what impresses you, and we are going to fucking download. You need to go see Motionless in White. They have
Sorry,
dancers that are also fire breathers.
Are we going to download? Because I don't have a job as of yet.
I'm
I'm
going
going to
down.
download.
Suck your dick
As
for
soon as I
download
get my
ticket.
money in April, I'm
That's what
buying
Claire's doing.
tickets.
I will suck your dick for download ticket.
No, yeah, you gotta go see Motionless in White then. Anyway, back to your story.
Well, hang on a second. You won't let me suck your dick for download ticket because Claire's going to do it.
Yeah.
Claire,
What?
instead of you, I will suck Aidan's dick for a download ticket.
No,
Bastard. I'll suck your dick for a download ticket.
I don't have one.
Yeah, you do. Look at that face. Look at that face. That face is hiding a dick somewhere.
I think he just called you a
That's
dickhead.
called a nose.
You're a dickhead. What's like her nose? Her nose is cute. It's the only cute thing about her. Oh, Staten Island.
You called my smallness cute.
What?
You called my smallness cute.
Mm.
You
I
keep
don't-
calling me cute and
But I
adorable.
don't like tiny titties, so get out of my...
I don't have tiny titties. That's the only thing that's not tiny about me. Actually, no, my ass.
You have a big ass. Yeah. I've been looking. It's been 5 months, bro.
I've been
I don't know.
feeling it. It's pretty firm.
I've been looking at you.
Firmer.
Dude, don't say that to me because I will genuinely want...
It's firmer.
As a completely innocent
Firmer.
muscle
I've been
trainer...
doing squats. It's firmer.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
On air right now, we need to judge whose arse is firmer.
Fuck's sake.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not touching your ass.
Someone touch my ass.
I'm not touching your
I'll
ass.
touch your ass, you touch my ass.
No.
It's not, it's your thigh.
Nobody's
It's your
touching your ass.
Thighs, because that's what the
He's
word
just
is.
craving attention.
Yeah,
Ignore
that's
him.
my ass.
No, you're...
He hasn't been touched in months. Ignore him.
Right, that's ass. Can we agree? Right, that's ass. That's thigh.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm saying my ass is
General
further, not my
fucking-
thigh.
But your thigh.
Biology here.
Right, we'll have a thigh off. We'll have a thigh off.
No.
You guys are shit radio. We just put that out right
We need a scenario. We've had a scenario in every other podcast.
Oh yeah, we haven't done a scenario.
Well, I say every other. I mean the other two.
We've just talked a load of shit, which is kind of what the point of this
Yeah.
is.
Has anyone got a scenario?
Amy's gonna go scenario.
I can look.
I could do a time travel one.
That was in our interview.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for
yeah.
CEX, me and Clark had
I
asked.
told you this. I didn't want to sound like a wee emo girl, so I didn't
Oh
say
yeah,
my
if you could
answer.
time travel, yeah.
It's probably why I didn't get the job because I completely answered the question wrong. Because it's where would you travel? And my first question was, am I in a DeLorean or a TARDIS?
Wait, this is CX, and you think that was the wrong question?
You know what? They're the kind of guys that we didn't get the phone call today, which was we didn't get the job. But I know for a fact the next time I walk in there, they'll talk away to me, which I kind of like. I like the idea that the next time I go into like, I don't know, the Command and Conquer Complete Condition, they'll be like, oh well, sorry you didn't get the job. Doesn't matter. You guys are awesome. But here, while she's looking for that, TARDIS or DeLorean?
DeLorean.
Claire, TARDIS or DeLorean?
TARDIS.
Amy?
TARDIS.
So we got 2 DeLoreans
Yeah.
and 2 TARDISes.
I love the
Don't
TARDIS.
call me a tart.
Ah. See, I love how she was clean and said, don't call me a tart instead of which is short for and we are not allowed to say or on this podcast. They're completely.
Quack.
No, we're not quacking out. Are we
We gotta stop saying that we're gonna quack things. Because when we say we gotta quack things, I gotta quack them.
But we're not quacking.
Quack.
Are you right? 2 seconds. When she's looking for is there a list of words that get quacked?
Quack.
No, it's just my own discretion.
It's your own discretion. So,
But sometimes I just quack things because it's
Right.
funnier.
let me know if these things are going to get quacked.
Quack.
No, I'm not gonna tell you, you're just gonna find out.
Gypsy.
Nigeria.
Crack.
What?
Nigeria's a country. Can't get quacked.
Nice.
Is any of this getting quacked? If you quack, I'll come to your family. I will bring my.
You don't know what's going on in my head right now, and it's gonna be fantastic. The Squires are going to love it.
You are not censoring me. See, that should be the thing. Everyone else gets censored but me.
No.
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 Because no one else does.
You're not
this
made of
stuff.
Teflon.
I am Teflon Rojas. I do though. I get away with a lot more than I should.
I'm not gonna
Why
bring
would
it
you pick a DeLorean?
because you can.
Because it breaks down.
Well,
The
yeah,
TARDIS
breaks down.
doesn't.
No,
TARDIS is
he always
constantly breaking.
fixes it. Easily with his wee screwdriver.
Except when he doesn't, then it takes the entire episode to fix it.
Yeah,
Don't-
but
don't get me wrong.
40 minutes. Oh my god.
Don't get me wrong. It's outside of the hypothetical, right? Hypothetically, I would prefer to have a time traveling DeLorean. If you were to hold a gun to my head and go, right, this is dead serious, you have to save the world, I would pick the TARDIS. You know, because you can evaporate away from. Is there not something the TARDIS is alive?
And the TARDIS translates.
It's also a woman.
And
It's
that
one-
too.
But is there not
You
something
can
as
have
well
sex with
where
it.
do you know how the Master Chief? Do you know how the Master Chief in Halo has luck? Cortana picks him because of luck. Is there not something about
That's the way
how
you're going, don't
when
I?
the TARDIS kind of malfunctions, it will reappear where it's kind of needed? Is that a thing, or am I just making it
I
up?
think that's a thing.
Is-
But I'm just after realising the TARDIS only looks that way because that's the way the Doctor wants it to look. The TARDIS can look anyway.
No, it's
it
stuck.
can't because
It's
it's
stuck.
broken.
Oh, it's
broken.
broken, that's
It
why.
can take on any form. So if you have
Yeah,
a working
but
TARDIS,
if
could-
you-
You could have a TARDIS DeLorean!
Yeah, if you
Oh!
had a TARDIS, it wouldn't be the Doctor's TARDIS. It would be yours, so it
but
wouldn't
I
be
do
broken.
mean specifically the Doctor's TARDIS.
No,
I'd
I'd
still
still go with
pick
the
TARDIS.
DeLorean because how badass would you look getting out of it?
Not really, because it's DeLorean.
It's a really
Well,
shit car.
You look far more badass than getting out of a fucking phone box.
And this is what I
It's
love.
bigger on the inside.
Yeah, but no one else knows that.
This is what
Invite them
I
in.
love.
You
Right?
can't invite everyone in.
A
You
country.
can to look.
Right, for the sake of argument, Northern Ireland is an
Northern
independent
Ireland.
country for this argument. But what I love about our country, Northern Ireland, is that the two things that we celebrate the most are a boat that sank on its first journey and a car
Not made by
that
Catholics.
made its maker bankrupt.
Oh, also a football player who drank himself to death.
What?
George Best.
George
Oh,
Best.
okay.
We have the Titanic, we have the DeLorean, we have George Best. It really kind of does do that whole...
That and
We also
paramilitaries.
have Liam Neeson.
we do have Liam Neeson. We do have Liam Neeson.
And-
Liam Neeson.
And for the girls out there, Jamie Dornan.
Who?
Because the girls don't
Girls.
like Liam Neeson, the man with apparently the biggest dick in Hollywood.
Jamie Dornan's Mr.
That's
There,
Say it,
and
did
a
you
lot
well?
of people.
Yeah, well,
Go
Mr.
to
Greg
see
will
that.
fuck himself.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
true.
I'm sorry.
There is actually a grey tie in Ann Summers and stuff.
Yeah, I know they've got a whole
Yeah.
section now. It's
To
ridiculous.
the
It's
two
for 50
ladies.
Shades.
To the two
It's-
ladies.
They've had that
so
section since the
fucking-
book came out.
They did.
To the two ladies, right? Before I ask this question, would you consider that a big finger?
Why you give me a finger?
I'm giving you back a finger. Would you consider that a big finger?
No,
Right, because this leads
because
into
my
my
hands are
question.
bigger than yours.
Good. This leads into my question. How big is too big?
10 or 11.
Claire, how big's too big?
My finger's not really that big.
The point I'm trying to make.
I don't know how far that reaches up.
We 10 or 11.
I
That's the
can't
thing. That's the
really
thing.
measure it. I
Scientifically-
can't stick a measuring tape up there.
Scientifically, it's about 6.5 inches.
Actually, the average is 5.5.
5.5, and she says 10. What kind of bar are you operating down there?
I'm saying it's too big.
But
Yeah, you
as in
asked
too
the
big.
question too big.
So when you say 10 or
Start
11,
bleeding all over the show, and then the sofa gets ruined, and it's sore.
Has this actually happened to you?
of course it has, it's anything.
Yes.
Jesus.
I
Do you
don't.
measure his dick?
I don't want to know.
See, like
Are
10 would imply that 9's okay.
I sort of want to
Chocolates
whack this entire
with a
thing.
mold of his dick, and he had to use like 5 massive chocolate bars not to tie.
We are not quacking this, because the point I'm trying to make is this, right? This is not a particularly big finger.
No, there is.
I've made people
Small.
bleed with this finger because it's gone.
Into the eye socket.
Because yeah, motherfucker, dual wielding. But if the girls were to speak up more about men's issues, this wouldn't come across as such a sexist podcast. But I'm a straight man, so my only contact is with women, and I've hurt people, by accident with that finger.
That's hurt people.
Because you're a
with my hand.
dickhead.
But I can, as in, like, by accidentally reaching the back.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Like you're fucking you're scraping around. That's probably like you're scraping around up there.
Wait, I don't know how this is an insult because I know what I'm doing.
No, but it's never hit.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's scraping around up there, like
He's
getting the whole thing in there.
Wrist stop.
I grow the nails slightly longer, so I can get
Exactly, that's
samples.
why. That's why.
I grow them in petri dishes.
Take a patch smear.
Jesus Christ, Jesus.
You're both enjoying yourself. I'm cancer free.
6 is fine. 10's too much.
I'd argue 6 is fine because I'm slightly bigger than 6, and I've had most of the time fine, and sometimes you're going, oh, can we not? It's a bit sore.
Well, you know, you go too big. Where have you got to go from there?
That's my point. I would kind of rather medium and efficient.
Do you know there's a thing you can get to put on top of your penis to make it bigger?
Yeah, an extension.
Yeah.
That's
Why
So
fucked
that's
up.
the
Imagine
Yeah,
someone
it's-
give you
that's
that as
actually
a present.
what it is,
How
is
would you
it's-
feel?
It's like a condom that's built on at the end, so you slide it
Yeah.
on.
I know where I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take it as an insult.
I would.
Because even,
If I had a dick.
even if you're 10 inches, you'd be like, well, fuck it, let's see what 12 is like.
Yeah.
No, it's adventurous.
And then you'd bleed.
Well,
10 inches.
Give an accidental abortion.
It's not a hanger, but okay.
is that a different attachment where it's a close?
A bit too much the first time, but the second time round,
No, you see, you can't
can't
get
get
that.
used to it.
You can't get that as an attachment to the
Well,
extension.
Yeah.
You can only get that in the strap-on version. Oh, that got dark.
It's just a nice, friendly childhood talk about penis size, and just it escalated.
Anyway, you're playing
Yes.
cards, and you were meant to become almost like a...
Yeah, no, I got one.
Have you got one? Right,
Yeah.
throw it out.
If you could be, if you could be any celebrity for one day, who would you be and why?
I know mine.
Choose wisely.
Then you go, because I have no
Yeah.
idea.
AJ.
I
We
should-
all
I
should have
seen
expected that.
coming.
Yeah.
Usually.
because I adore
You
her
take
and
on,
she's
right,
basically
are you
like
just
me.
you inside
except
their
better.
body, or do you become them for a day?
You become them.
Stephen Fry. Living or dead?
Living.
Stephen Fry. To have that brain for 24 hours.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. Why would...
If you went above Stephen Fry, like a scientist or something like that, you might run the risk of not being... Well, I suppose if you're inside their head, it would make perfect sense. But when you come away, would you remember it? Whereas Stephen Fry, like, because he does the books and the TV, he's got one of those brains where it's not the most intelligent brain on the planet, but it's one of the most intelligent, because he's also got a really good way of being able to break it down and feed it to people less intelligent than him. Because he was a big fan of Oscar Wilde, and Oscar Wilde's thing was that Oscar Wilde didn't want to walk into a room and make people feel stupid. He walked into a room and wanted other people to feel more intelligent. And Stephen Fry does the same thing. So if you're in his head for 24 hours, you would have to take some of that away.
And as you are, I'm a big fan of Penn Jillette. And
Penn Jillette would have been my second choice.
But Penn Jillette, at one point, couldn't get his head around how Stephen Fry and Christopher Hitchens could be so literate and be able to quote all these things and have the perfect scenario to pick out of this certain book that someone read or that someone wrote at some point, and he just couldn't get his head around this, and someone just turned to him and said, well, of course you don't get it. Christopher Hitchens and Stephen Fry are geniuses. You're not a genius. That's why you don't get it.
You're a two-bit magician. Because I aspire to be Stephen Fry, but I know I am Penn Jillette. He does magic tricks, and I write a couple of funny scripts.
So Amy, who would you want to be?
I still want to know. I just still want to know why you would want to be
AJ, yeah, that's how I was
Before Rojas rudely cut you off, I want to know why you would want to be her.
Basically because she's my idol.
And because you want a doll CM Punk.
No. I'd rather be CM
Would you rather not be AJ Lee's partner?
No, I'd
And
rather be AJ
then, and then you get to doll. What?
I'd rather be AJ Lee.
I thought you said I don't want to get HIV. Genuinely.
I just like to see what a day as a wrestler would be like.
If the podcast is going on for any more than 30 minutes, I'm going to need more booze.
My choice would be Leonardo DiCaprio.
Huh?
So he's not going to get an Oscar.
Because you get to fuck supermodels all day.
Wait a minute. In the day that you're in his life, is he in his... Will he remember it?
No.
What you should do is pick the one time when he is definitely going to get that Oscar. And just fucking steal it from him. Just to be an absolute cunt.
That would be amazing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I would like to be him because, like, did you see those pictures of him and the supermodels on the beach for his birthday?
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
And
sorry.
then he had like a very high...
I'm sorry.
He had a very high
No.
sexual life with Rihanna,
No.
and she is smoking, so...
No.
I think she'd be crazy in bed.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, S and S.
Yeah. We
As
all,
then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we all need to shut up.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a front or
Oh
is she
no,
actually
I don't think she
like
wrote the
that?
song.
Can't get a fucking word
No,
out
I
of it.
know.
I'm trying to say
but, like,
something.
shut up.
We're still on the
You
topic,
have
can you
been
just wait a second?
talking. Anyway,
I still haven't said who I want to be.
I know who she had maybe didn't write it, but I still want to know if she's actually crazy in bed
Yeah.
or if that's just a front.
See, being Leo, you probably just, get to see that.
Most women aren't crazy in bed. Most women like to give off the idea that they're crazy in bed, and then they're shite.
Fuck off.
I'm
No,
not saying you.
you're being really, really
That's not-
You're
sexist.
saying most women, which is
You
wrong.
are, yeah.
Hashtag not all women.
No.
Hashtag not all women.
Hashtag
The Squire started the feminist movement against them.
you're being really sexist.
It's not sexist.
It
It's right. Let me quantify it. Most people that I have come in contact with.
Yeah, you can say most people, just not most women.
No, most women that I have come in contact with.
Well, you should have said that.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. I'm quantifying.
But you didn't.
I didn't, but it doesn't make me sexist. It makes me an idiot for not quantifying it. So now I'm
Clarify
quantifying
it.
Yeah.
I'm
You said
quantifying it.
most women.
Well, I'm
No,
not.
you're just trying to save
Right.
yourself.
What do you have to say?
I'm just saying, most of the women that I have met.
No, why did you want to?
Oh, the reason why I want to shut you up is
Interrupt.
because we need to appreciate the fact that Aidan just brought this to the table.
Jack
Oh, yeah, I
Daniels.
knew he was going to do it.
Ah,
Why is that?
Where'd you get
special?
that?
fuck
Anyway,
up.
Aidan,
I
who
bought
would
it
you
last
like to be?
Saturday after we abandoned a night out and went for a carry out.
Oh.
Who would you like to be?
I would. I would like to be Bam Margera for a day.
Good choice.
Just because that man seems to lead the best fucking life ever. Except for, Ryan Dunn dying on him.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd go before Ryan Dunn died, if that's a possibility.
Has to be present day.
Well, no, I'd still hang out with Rob himself and Brandon DiCamillo. It'd be fucking fantastic. Just, fucking out of his dad.
AJ Lee, Stephen Fry, Bam Margera. Who were you?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I just love to say the
I love why I'm the girl that picked to be a guy.
Well, why would I want to be a
No,
girl?
Actually, no, I want to be Lady Gaga.
I'm sorry. Why would I want to be a girl? I'm a cis white male.
Because it's just see what it's like.
Yeah.
I have everything I
You
could
could
ever
just
want.
touch your boobs, like if you're Beyonce. you
Celebrity
touch boobs like
woman.
that.
Or I could just be Stephen Fry and molest people.
Or
What is-
not ruin his
You'd
reputation.
be Stephen Fry for a day, and then you'd have to fuck his husband.
Doesn't bother me. I'm Stephen Fry for a day.
Actually, Stephen Fry has put out more that he's sort of asexual and just prefers the company of men.
I got that, but I think I think it was only when he was single.
Possibly.
Because he's actually off Twitter at the minute because him and the husband are away on a honeymoon. That's kind of sweet.
Yeah. There's a point where he had to go off Twitter for about a month because he was filming something in Mexico. But he couldn't say he was in Mexico because then the cartels be after him.
Oh, hell yeah. Just for those listening at home who have no visual reference, Aidan is pouring one for me and one for his homie. Yeah. Stephen Fry. No, it's got his. The man's a national treasure. He deserves to be happy.
Nicolas Cage.
I love that man.
He does. Stephen Fry deserves to be happy because Stephen Fry.
Oh my god, imagine being Nicolas Cage for a day.
Oh fuck, imagine being
Oh
Gary
my
Busey
God.
for a day.
With those teeth. That's all I would do is spend the entire day in a dentist office.
I'd actually kind of like to be one of like Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, or Tim Burton for a day. Just to see what the
Want to see how
minds
they
are like.
exist separately now? Because we
See
did
what the
state that it
minds
has to be
like.
today, and they don't talk to each other
It's
anymore.
not what their minds are like, Claire. It's
They're
more like
friends.
it's your mind in their body. So if you're them for a day, you have their schedule and their life. But it's
Oh.
Or you would totally fuck up an episode of QI then.
Their schedule, their life, their money, and all that.
But
You
it's
see-
it's you.
when
and
you
they
see
don't
the sun
remember a thing
horizon,
afterwards.
It's not
That's
there.
that shit.
It's a. Stephen, you can't keep saying this.
Right, the whiskey's out.
And they're still friends.
Do you know what? If this extends too long, cut it to two-parter. We're allowed a two-parter.
Or just cut half of Rojas round out.
That worked out.
We could do that too.
Yeah.
But if it goes too long, two-parter. And it means we can go get drunk tomorrow night. See? Multitasking.
Rob.
And we'll have Rob back. We'll have Rob back. Cut this out.
Stop making work for me.
Fuck up
Sorry.
Declan.
Well, I gotta see if that man has any work going.
But you should. I don't be so. You need to. Imagine you were Declan Quinn of Tricky Studios, like second in command, and that would put us not quite at TSD level, but we'd be right there.
Would you stop talking about other podcasts?
Yeah,
because we can make it work.
seriously.
I'm talking about one podcast, and that's because we are ants. We are ants before we were squires. We are squire ants.
We're not squires, we're knights.
We're knights. We are the knights, and they are the squires. But we're also ants.
No.
Just the look coming off Amy would melt your face.
We can talk about 4-color demons though,
No.
because it's a movement. It's a movement. It's a movement.
Which only you and Aidan know.
So we'll spread the love. We'll spread the love
No.
of 4-color.
If we wanted to.
Why
would
can't we be
listen to this
original?
podcast.
Alright, we'll start our own biker gang. What ideas have you got?
Hell's Angels. That's coming.
Whores and blackjack.
Hell Satans.
Hell's Angels. The Groves. Biker Grove. Metal.
Fucking Nat and Deck. Yeah. No. Let's not be the Groves.
No. Groves is an awful word.
We're starting too many movements for having like 4 fans. And I say fans, really what I mean is your friends that listen to
4
our
people are
podcast.
polite enough to listen. So, hello to Adam White, who's listened to this out of curiosity. Hello to Patrina, who is listening to this because she has to listen to it. Adam Slater at some point. because he has nothing better to do on a Saturday night. And Liz I might actually listen to this as well.
I've got another question, just to move things
Yes, come on.
on.
Throw it.
If
Throw it.
you could relive 1 year of your life, which year would you choose?
2007.
Why?
2007, I had started going out with Anya, so it was a single relationship, but it was that comfortable stage, first stage of it. Red Phoenix was at its height, inverted commas if you want to call it that. And the Transformers film came out that year. And it was just a good atmosphere. It was a good atmosphere. We all went to see the film. It was a good atmosphere. I enjoyed it. 2007 was a good year. If I could be specific, it would be summer of 2007 into summer of 2008. Like they would be the specific 12 months. But
that's exactly what I was going to say as well.
really, yeah, it was a good time. 07 to 08.
Why are you giving me that stare?
Because you didn't know her then.
Actually, I did.
No, I didn't.
Because that would have been when I knew her in some marks.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
But
When
Yeah,
you started fancying you.
But no, because she fancied me at the time because I was the mysterious devil man who never showed up to school.
No, that was GCSE.
See how she denies
What
it.
was GCSE?
See how she denies it.
You.
I met you
Math.
when you were
Math.
doing A1s
CFAs.
or
CFAs.
Yeah,
ASs.
that
See her
was.
face.
That was like September 2008.
Shh, do you see that
Okay,
face?
then 2008.
Yeah. So fuck you.
It's because I'm right. Look at that
No, you already made your choice.
Wait, no, I left some marks.
Oh, this is awkward.
No,
Just-
fuck you. I left,
Just 1 year to relive, guys. You don't have to stick with it. You don't have to be stuck there
I left some
forever.
marks in 2006. I spent a year in St. Louis, which bring you up to summer 2007.
Here, it's not my fault that Clara wanted my willy when you weren't there. You weren't there. What could I do? You did. You
Okay,
did.
this is getting awkward.
You did. Say it to the microphone.
What?
Say it to the microphone.
What?
2007, you wanted my willy.
No.
You wanted me.
No.
You wanted me to look after you.
No, I just felt sorry for you.
Fuck you. Did you fancy me out of pity?
I
She
didn't.
thought she could fix
I
you.
didn't.
To this day, Claire still holds out hope that someone will.
Maybe if I love him enough, he'll stop taking the piss out of retarded people.
Stop giving me things to quack.
Don't quack it. We follow in the footsteps of TSD. No censorship. We're not a
Too many hot buttons.
Too many hot button topic.
I would pick 2009 because in that summer, it was probably one of the best summers I had.
She fucked everyone. Yeah, sorry. The summer that we buried Mogul.
Sorry, but I got to see AC/DC live.
That's true.
And we buried a friend. Amazing summer.
It was my first gig, and I got to see my favorite one of my favorite bands live, and basically had good crack with my friends. And probably the last time that we had like a proper barbecue in the park,
Yeah, that would have been.
and just like sat there for the whole day, getting sunburned and listening to tunes and eating food that we probably shouldn't have been eating.
I just clicked something. August 22nd this year will be the 10th anniversary of my first ever rock gig. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Phoenix Park, 2005.
They're not
Soapy titties.
rock.
Soapy Teddy. Were you there?
No, but
Did I
you
tell you the
told the
story? Oh my god, Soapy Teddies. I'm not saying it for the podcast because fuck those cretins.
Squires.
Fuck these squires. Yeah,
Claire,
quack that motherfucker.
what would you pick?
I don't really think I have a year I would redo.
They're all shit.
It's not like it's not like redo, but like relive, or any moments that you like, any summers that you thought were just like.
Claire's trying to say that
greatest.
she's happy now. She has all of us. She has the squires.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Everybody's healthy and happy.
Except my dad.
Stop. Here. I didn't give him the cancer. Alright?
Oh no, he's recovering well. So
Recovering well.
don't.
What?
don't.
What? I'm not saying anything.
That's because we're on our own. You don't want to. You know there's something there.
It sounds like a challenge, Claire.
No, it's really
It
not.
sounds like a challenge.
No, it's really not, you dickhead.
I need to pee again.
When does he get his
Okay
superpowers?
then. What?
When does he get his superpowers?
You didn't get radiation, you dumbass. You got surgery.
Alright.
Rage.
Okay, yeah, rage. It's not my dad's fucking dying, right?
He's not dying. He's recovering.
Good.
So you wouldn't pick any year?
The year their dad didn't have cancer.
Yeah.
It's funny because you have a smile on your face, which is just, that's not funny, but it's funny.
No.
Could you
Again, it's pity smile.
a pity smile?
It's pity smile.
Well, Aidan's out of the room. What year did you fancy me? 2006? You did.
I really didn't.
You did. You laughed and you
Why
thought
did
you
you
were
pity
nervous.
obsessed
you.
with the fact of thinking that people fancied you?
Yeah, I pitied you.
No, Claire knows I'm joking because what did I talk to you about in KFC the other day?
Did you talk to me?
Hey, fuck you.
I
Genuinely
thought
the
I
other
was
day.
there on my own.
You're an ass. I will take the piss out of such things because
I was there
genuinely,
on
what you won't put to the test, so it could be fucking jelly falling here. But I did genuinely. Is this true or not? I did mention to you that no one. I'm 25 years of age this August. No one has ever fancied me.
Yes, you mentioned it.
I did mention people get pulled in by the fucking tornado that is me. But even people I've had 3 major girlfriends, and even they've all admitted, pardon me, they didn't fancy me to begin with. It was a growing thing.
I've got a scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the choice. You can either die 1 week from today, or live to be 180.
Die.
Alright, I know I'm gonna die in a week's time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live till I'm 180. It's different.
Unless you can keep your looks, that's the only way I would.
Yeah.
Oh no,
live.
you're aging.
Yeah, no, fuck
No,
that.
no.
Yeah, but I'm still dying in a week's time, and a week for me is
But-
shit.
What you have to remember is, in the time between now and then, there may be special fucking treatments and stuff like that that'll make you not look like you're 180.
Well, it's
No.
not just that.
Yeah,
No,
but
die.
like given my family's history,
It's
I could get dementia and fuck
But
that.
they could cure that by then.
no. This
die.
isn't an argument. You guys are making right. I have a week to live. The question is, I either have 1 week.
Take out a loan that you're not going to pay back and just
Yeah.
go somewhere.
Get the fuck off your face on heroin,
Yeah.
ecstasy, LSD,
Yeah.
everything you've
Just
ever
try
wanted
it
to
on.
take.
For
Which is
1
probably
week.
why you die.
Yeah, fuck it.
For 1 week.
Have the best week of your life.
Yeah.
For 1 week.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Because technically, I could do the exact same thing.
Why would you want to get that old though?
I don't want to get that old. 180 is far too old. But I don't want to live for just a week. If you're talking about just a week where I can live out every curiosity, like God comes down and says you can do everything you've ever wanted
Yeah.
to in a week.
this
I'll
1
take
week
that.
you have as much money and resources as you need.
I still wouldn't do it for a week. Because no matter how many resources and money you spend in a week, over 180 years, it doesn't compare. You're telling me I get to live for another 10 years with the same agreement. I'll take the 10 years. So 10 years with as much money and as much freedom as I want. I'll take that because that's enough time to... Because that's the thing, not only do you have to enjoy it, but you have to register it, and you'll be that busy doing things that you won't actually have... Like, we're Irish. We come from a country of poets. You need that moment after the fun where you kind of sit down with a glass of whiskey and a cup of tea at the same time. Never mix the two, it becomes an Irish coffee. And you think about it, and you think how amazing it is.
But sure wasn't that great now.
It sure wasn't that great. So a week's too short.
I just don't want
A
to get
couple of
old.
years would be too short.
No.
It is the one thing that genuinely terrifies
Yeah.
me.
If I get to about 65, I'm happy enough.
I don't even know if I want to live that long.
I say 65 only because both sides of my family are really cognitive into their later years. They're good looking people for their age.
No,
I know that I have good genes, but like at the same time, I don't.
The Wranglers.
Like, is this like? Do you have to live until 180? You can't like kill
no other
yourself.
option. You're going to live to
You put a gun to
180.
your head, it's gonna
It's
backfire.
yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
Everything you try just does not work.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Nah.
See, because I'm a curious motherfucker, I'd probably still take the 180 years.
I know, but like you get frail body and you're all like, "Ugh," you can't fucking move and your
Well, yeah.
mind's gone and
For about 90 years, but for the other end of that 180, for the other 90, you're fine.
Okay, you make your decision. You used to decide you're going to live for another week. You decide you're going to live to 180. But then you get a third option, where you can live forever and maintain the same state that you're in at the moment.
Live forever.
Live forever.
Well,
Vampire
what do you want to live
status.
forever.
But you
Because
have
you
no
know-
other option. You are living until the universe ends.
Forever. Yeah,
No.
I want to say that. I want to say that.
I don't want to do that, like, because I can.
Because if I'm not
Can
here,
I
I'm not here.
improve
I can't
the
say
way I
it.
look? Or does it have to be just like right now the way I look? Or can
Right
I
now.
like work on myself?
Well,
Right.
you won't age.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. No, vampire status, yes. Thank you.
I live forever.
I can make a career out of modelling.
I think after 1,000 years, shit will just get boring.
Yeah.
No, because
Depends.
there's always things to work out.
Things can change.
It would be boring for a while because your brain would be stuck in our week to week to week way of thinking. But then you become a god of sorts. So people that you love, all of them, dead. People that they give birth to, and that they give birth to, and they give birth to, like dead, like entire generations died before you, and that takes forever. But in the longevity of everything, that's a blink of the eye. Like it's over. And in the same way that the history of space, man being on this planet is that. So your brain expands.
Vampire status.
And because we're not like the highest evolutionary trait, it takes us a while to learn everything, but we have as long as we want to learn everything. And imagine the secret you would learn. Because you get to live your life, you get to live your enjoyable life, whereas the only difference is when everyone else dies and goes to dirt and no longer exists, unless you're religious, in which case you go to heaven, but fuck that. You're either in the dirt or you live the same life that everyone else does, and then you spend a couple of 1,000 years trying to get over. Because I'm not gonna lie, that bit of it would be difficult. That whole everybody I've known and everybody they've known is dead, that would fuck you up. But that is such a tiny part of the rest of the universe. I'm assuming as well that you can kind of like travel, you can fuck around. Like, are you stuck
Well,
on Earth?
You're stuck on Earth if Earth don't develop the technology to get you off Earth.
In that case, fucking I'll die.
Because that, what I was going to say next is, if we don't develop the technology to get you off Earth before the shit hits the fan, everyone becomes extinct besides yourself, the planet gets destroyed by the sun, you're stuck floating in space for billions and billions of years before the fucking universe finally collapses on itself.
Yeah, fuck that, no.
Yeah.
It's different if I can... Even if it was just walking speed, I would still take everlasting
Well, yeah,
life.
because then you're not going to fucking die, you're going to get somewhere.
Yeah, eventually. But no, if I'm just like stuck there, floating in aquatic state, fuck that.
Yeah, plus you'll be feeling the no oxygen in your lungs, intense pain for billions of years.
I'm assuming at some stage you get used to that.
How do you get used to not being able to live and still being alive?
People have been tortured to the point where torture becomes pleasure.
Kinky fuckers.
Yeah.
Are you looking for another scenario?
No.
Was mine not satisfying?
It was.
Don't be asking me any fucking... I'm
I just
pissed
want to be a
as an ant
vampire, guys. I'm sorry.
on the stage.
Been wanting that
To be
since
fair-
I was 10.
You've only had about half what you had at Claire's birthday.
What do you mean, a bottle of wine?
Well, at Claire's birthday you had 2 bottles of wine and a couple pints of Guinness.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
If you could have any condiment dispensed from your belly button, what would it be?
None.
None, because I wouldn't
disgusting.
eat it. I'll tell you what, I can have mustard coming out, or not mustard, I like mustard. I'll have mayonnaise because I will never ever be in dire need for mayonnaise.
Why would you want that though?
Well, if I have to have something,
Does lubricant count? Because that would be kind of handy.
well, if it's flavoured lubricant, I suppose it counts.
Slap.
You ever put flavoured lubricant
No,
on
but
a
if it's
hot
like,
dog?
just say if you could have anything coming out of your belly button, if you just pressed it in and then just kept.
Well, yeah, but
What would you want?
the idea of the question is that you
Clean
have
out
to
your belly.
have...
Just clean out your belly button. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but, you know, that means you have to have a shower before you have a hot dog. I'd rather just pick up the bottle beside.
It's there's
What
never
if you could have food? I'd have Skittles.
there has never been a point in my life where I've gone, oh my god, there's no food in the cupboard. I kind of wish.
Or
it was
Jack
there right now."
Daniels.
Well, you know, when you get into
Yeah.
booze, If I could have like Jack Daniels coming out of one nipple and Coke coming out of the other,
Because you're a pussy.
I would be set.
Belly button though. It's just the belly button.
No, but well, you know.
Just press in your stomach a bit and then.
But then either you can either have a pre-mixed Jack and Coke coming out of your belly button or just Jack.
Where's the fun in that?
You'd want just Jack because you're not always going to want Coke.
Exactly.
But what about the times when you do want Coke?
Then you can just get some Coke.
Yeah, but then that negates the need to have Jack Daniels coming out of your belly
Yeah,
button.
but you don't have to spend an extortionate amount of money on Jack Daniels then. It's just coming out of your belly button.
Extortionate.
That's our only argument though, that you have to spend money on it.
Go for a pee, there might be a top line back.
That is a topic.
That's not
I'd have Skittles or Jack Daniels.
No, fuck that shit. I'd have Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark coming out of my belly button. Oh. You're gonna have a delicious fucking drink. You're gonna have Maker's Mark.
Sex on the beach. Just random shots being just coming out. Oh, you want a shot? No bar.
Jägermeister.
Press in your belly button and then just out it comes.
How much more fun would belly button shots become?
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
Because it could be an everlasting shot, and then you get whoever's taking it even more pissed.
It would still look really weird, but like that would be a cool thing to have.
You worked in a strip club. You can't say anything.
Exactly. Claire, do you have any opinions on this subject?
What subject?
If you could have anything coming out of your belly button, what would you have?
Oh no. Just no.
I knew that was coming.
Why?
No.
You clean out your belly button, you prep it, and then the stuff comes out whenever you want it to.
No, I'll just go buy them in the shop.
You're not seeing the benefits here.
Of something coming out of my belly button?
Yeah, you save money.
It would be handy if you were an Audi.
Plus, going out, you don't have to like sneak bottles in. You don't have to do any of that. You just
buy a Coke.
Yeah, belly button. There you go. So you can search me all you want. I don't have any drink on me.
Actually, no. I think I might want a beer coming out of it then.
Hogarth.
Oh, Hogarth. But no, it'd be body temperature though. No,
But you can
you
buy
want
ice
a beer.
cubes.
You can't put ice cubes in beer
Yeah, I
though.
know. Which is why you would want like.
You want a spirit. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Maker's Mark.
I'll go with Jack Daniels. Any further thoughts of what you would want coming out of your belly button? Aidan's got Maker's Mark. I've got Jack Daniels. Claire is like fuck that. And
Well, if I had to, I'd probably say Captain Morgan. I had to.
Fucking nothing. I don't know, money. Fucking
Shy pig.
money. Shy pig, no.
no, it has to be like food or drink.
No, nothing. Nothing could come out of my belly button. I'll sit and drink it. Not a damn thing.
Yeah, but you clean your belly button out first.
In
It's
that case,
totally fine, like.
in that case, water on the off chance I'm stuck somewhere.
Yeah, but if you're stuck somewhere, would not want to get pissed.
Yeah, for 2 days, then you go, oh my god, I'm fucking thirsty. I'm not dead yet. Whereas at least with water, you can drink the water and find something to ferment.
I don't know, that was my last question. So.
To be fair, it's probably about time to wrap up anyway.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
fucking 2.5 hours long.
Not even. I think it's like an hour when we cut out that 20 minutes where Amy's mad was about.
Yeah.
Really? We did good for an hour.
An hour and a half, but
That's not, that has to be longer.
nope.
Let's like.
Plus, we've got about 15 minutes to the start. We need to cut out.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
let's just bring this to a halt. That has been the Knights of the Brown Table podcast. I have been Aidan.
Whoa,
That
whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa, oh, are you signing up my fucking
I tell you
podcast?
what, you're a podcast. I'm the one that fucking produces the content thing.
The cutting. The cutting.
Okay, you do it. You take it then.
This has been the Knights of the Brown podcast.
Knights of the what?
What?
Fuck you.
You should actually name the podcast. What is it called?
Shy pig.
And most of a class of Jack Daniels. And more to come. Because it's only 10 to 11. 11ish.
That's 10 past 11.
10 past 11. Oh my god. You have been listening to the Knights at the Brown Table podcast.
There you go.
I have been Rojas.
I have been Aidan.
I have been Claire.
And I've been Amy. Woo.
The only podcast in the world that believes King Arthur was a complete